All right, y'all. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Um, this music's a little loud. Um, Trying something out a little bit different with the music today. Let me know how the volume is on the music, guys. But I am trying something out a little bit differently. I actually downloaded all the music off of our Epidemic playlist, where we're normally playing from the web browser for background music. Um, but we got that on hard drive now, so we'll try and play it out that way. So, all right, guys, we're gonna jump into the charts here in just a moment. It is Friday, so we're gonna play it a little bit safe. We're also very close to earning that funding. So again, going to continue to play it safe and work towards that funding. I did discover some crazy stuff with Trade of 8 in the ability to be able to trade multiple accounts at once using one single action. So that allows you to take if you had up to 20 like let's say you're trying to earn funding in Elite Trader Funding, you can have up to 20 accounts inside of your one login with Elite Trader Funding. And so let's just say you did that with Tradeovate, you could be theoretically you could trade 20 accounts off of taking one trade for the day. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump into these charts. And I did put an article to that inside the Discord group. I'm gonna skip this track. It's just like too much. I'm probably gonna take that off the list. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Let me know about the music because we are doing something differently with the music today. So let me know if you guys can hear it. Let me know if it's too loud, too quiet. I don't have these levels down. I am playing this from Windows Media Player on my device as opposed to playing it from the web-based browser, which I normally do. Dropping from 4049 all the way down to 4040, and riding along that 4040, we have reasonable contracts being traded, reasonable volume right now. We got a pullback here to the volume weighted average price, and TTM looking like it's starting to switch a little bit. Gonna join the bid there, take a little feeler trade. We're somehow on a smaller side we normally trade, so just gonna cut that anyway and just grab this. Maybe just buy market. I don't know why it didn't let me in. Okay, that's already ripping there. Made a quick 312.50 on that. Jumping over to our evaluation side, and we're right at 4,050, which could very much act as resistance. Gonna look for 5 ticks. This thing just continue to rip up. Looking strong. Gonna buy market there and try and get in on that. 9 above 12. It's looking for a 1226 crossover. We're getting a pullback here. Obviously, I bought too high, but we're getting a pullback to about that 200 moving average. Bounce off that 200 moving average looks pretty decent, in my opinion. Kind of worried about a slam down like what we got here and the rejections that we've gotten, but this does look pretty promising. This candle's just about to finish. Tempted to join the bid right there. Glad I didn't, but we're still in this trade. TTM looking like 2.5 to 1.7 to 0.7, so that's looking pretty decent. We've got this 200 moving average here acting as somewhat of resistance. And 4,050 as well, acting as that resistance. Very strong resistance there. This is what I was worried of. That's why I didn't take that in the evaluation. But I am in it inside the sim, and we'll see if it's worth holding through the pullback. it may just be worth cutting this. But 1.7 and 1.2, that's a half a point difference from where it was. Massive pullback off of 4050 in wish I would have been able to get in right here, but I was still kind of getting set up. We'll have to wait for another move, wait for another setup. I don't think we'll have to wait long, but right now it's not there for me. A move from 47 to 50 seems pretty reasonable. It's looking like that's thing. Should have taken it out for 47. So we certainly would have got that trade for a 5-tick move up. Looking like it's gonna pop. It's right at that 200 moving average. Time is 17 seconds left on this candle. Do you think it's gonna pop up? But I'm hesitant because it's right at 40.50 and it's right at the 200 moving average. So it's like, it's super, super close. Please, guys, let me know if you can hear the music. That would be really nice if you guys could let me know there. Just because we're doing a new music, like a different music setup than normal. So I just want to know. It did bounce off of 47 like we talked about. Ended up pulling up towards about 50. Actually tapped exactly 50, so that would have been a nice 12-tick move. Just even getting a portion of that would have been great. I honestly think that we could be going for like 6 ticks today. A little bit, slightly more of a swing than what I normally like to do, but that's okay. I think it'll be alright. We are getting this sort of like consolidation right below this 200 moving average on the 1 minute chart. Back at 47, I want to like take time to like look at this on the other charts, but at the same time, like, okay, so we got this like 3-minute pullback here with this double top at 52, and then I'm gonna jump on here on the 5-minute. 5-minute is actually showing positive on the TTM, but we're down here at EMA 35 on the 5-minute chart. Switching back to the 1. Nine's above 12, now I'm getting a 1226 crossover. back some. TTM looking like 0.4 to 0.7. Not major movement on the TTM. I wish I didn't buy this so dang high. I'll probably just cut this and then go for another trade. Right here. And then that entry's at 49. This doji here at 49, and TTM looking like 0.4 to 0.9 to 1.6. Still waiting on this breakout. Let me know if you guys are. What firm am I earning evaluation from? Elite Trader Funding. If you guys want to check them out, there's a link in the description. These guys are awesome. You can earn funding as low as 10K and all the way up to 300,000. You can also have up to 20 evaluations running at once. So if you use the link in the description and the promo code JSBEST, which is also linked in the description as well, you'll lock in a lifetime discount. We're actually almost funded, by the way, and music is good. Thank you so much, Anthony, for telling me that. I have a whole different setup. We kept getting pauses with the web player, and so it seems like it's fixed that issue. Just waiting on this pop-up to happen. It really just feels like it's about to break out, but hasn't yet. Here, got the entry at 50 and a quarter, looking for 51.75.
Order filled.
Just looking for another push up. Come on. No! Wrong direction, homie. This should have taken it off at 49. I hate taking things at resistance levels for breakouts because it can be really challenging when buyers step in. Alright, we got that trade. That was 6 ticks. Hasn't set it yet. But that puts us up 353.20 on the day. In the eval side, we're at 26.20.90, and our trailing max drawdown is looking perfect. 2662.90. So out of 3,000, 2662.90, we need $337.10 left to go. Which is just another 6-tick trade. I'm not ready to take it here yet, just because it does look like it's going to break out, but oh, we did get that trade on this side. That puts us back in profit on the day, by the way. TTM looking like 2.1 to 3.0 to 3.9. That's looking nice and strong. Let's check this against the 3-minute and see how that is performing. 3 minutes been kind of leveled off. 5.5 to 6.3 to 6.5, 6.7, and then a pullback to 6.6. So 3 minute kind of leveled off slightly on the TTM side. And then it's also pulling back on the 5-minute chart. Next 5-minute candle is not until 7:50, so that's about 3.5 minutes out. But we are riding along the 50 EMA on the 5-minute side. This honestly could very much break out above this 50 EMA and run up from there. But I'm really looking for. You can see that we've got this like triple top. Sorry, we got this like triple top right here at this spot, right there. Um, and so this area clearly has acted as resistance several times at 40.52. That would have been a nice trade right there. Just a little 6 tick or so. Hitting 40.52 now. 3.0 to 3.9 to 4.9 to 5.9. That's nice and strong momentum. I try to join the bid here off 51 if it goes down that far. Doesn't look like it's going to. Joining the bid here on the sim side in at 52 and a half. And I'm looking for a move up to 55. Nice pop there. Should have taken that eval side. That would have earned funding right there. It's pulling back some. Gonna take that profit off. I think it'll still continue to push up, but just took that profit just to be safe, to start to build a cushion inside the sim. It did pull up to 54, basically touched 55. Now we're getting a pullback off this. This is why I took that profit off. Really, really close to earning that funding. Looks like red day all around. SP. Yeah. So I just discovered something crazy, by the way, guys. So I was looking, I've been looking for a way to be able to trade multiple accounts at once, to do essentially enter into one trade, but it'll enter on like an unlimited amount of accounts all at one time. That way I could qualify myself for up to 20 evaluations, and then I could basically take one trade and have it execute that same trade on 20 different accounts. Turned out Tradeovate has a way to do that, just built right into the software. It's not a trader funding thing, it's not a prop firm thing, it's built into Tradeovate software, which is the software I'm using right here. There's a way to group accounts, and when you execute a trade, it will execute that trade across those different accounts. It'll take the same amount of contracts and the same amount of ticks, the same entry, the same exit. So if you're really confident in that trade, you can essentially manage 20 accounts all at once with the click of one button. It's absolutely incredible. I've not tried it, but I'm incredibly curious to try it out, and I'll probably try it out with like 2 evaluations at once at some point very soon in the future. Because if you think about this is crazy, right? Like if you took one 5-tick trade with 5 contracts across 20 accounts, that's $312.50 before fees, so $290.70 after fees on one account times 20. So it's over it's close to $6,000. Before fees is 6, but after fees like 5,800 off of one single trade that only moved 5 ticks. But it's not one single trade technically, because it's 20 trades just all happening at once. Pretty cool concept. It's something I've thought about for a really long time and just haven't found the information to do it, and I just discovered that this morning. I posted it inside of our interesting reads inside of our Discord group. By the way, guys, if you're not part of our Discord group, make sure you check it out. We have an awesome community growing there. It's small, but it is growing, and it's becoming more and more active. And the more and more people that communicate in there, the better the family gets. So it's just joelstraight.com/Discord, but there's also a link in the description as well. Going red on this trade, rejecting off of that move there. And may need to be a little bit more patient, because they can see the choppiness here through this like 40-50 level. On the 3-minute chart, we're getting slight pullback on the TTM. It's not much. It went from 6.9 to 6.3, but it's there. And my entry on this was too high at 53 and a half. We are pulling up some, but this 40-50 is very much kind of a line in the sand. We pulled all the way back to the 9 EMA, and we're kind of bouncing off of that. 40-55 is the next area to beat. I want to see this hold this 40-50 zone and bounce up and pop past that sometime over the next 3 to 5 minutes. We are getting a cooldown on the 5-minute side though, which doesn't bode well because we went from 6.8 to 7.0 to 6.7. And being as that's the case, I may actually cut this trade. Looks like might be able to cut it with a micro profit potentially. It was there for a second, and now it pulled back. We got out there with a very, very micro profit. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Big fat rip. We did rip through 55. Now we have room to run. We are above VWAP. We've got a lot of room to run here. You can see after that initial slam down at 530, was that at 530? Yeah. We've actually got room to run because we're above all the resistance and opposition zones. So really do have a lot of room to run here. The question is, will the market take it? Will the market go after it? Really sink its teeth in. I'm gonna try to get in like 55 and a quarter. Alright, we pulled back to 55. That's my entry is 55. And I'm looking for a move back up to 57 on this 1 minute here. Just looking at what you close thing. I don't think you could use it to hedge. I think it would literally copy the trade across all the accounts. So I'll have to look into that, but also hedging to me is like honestly kind of scary because I'm managing in both directions at once. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, go with whichever prop firm resonates the most with you. Elite Trader Funding resonated the most with me because pound for pound, when you calculate in how many contracts you can take for how much it is, the Discord, there's a link in the description, or you can type it, strollstraight.com/Discord. But yeah, just go with the prop firm that most resonates with you. We have a link to Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding is the one that we personally use. I personally really like the customer service as well as like the branding and the messaging that goes along with their company. That stuff actually really does matter to me a lot, just because I came from an entrepreneurship background, and so I really look at marketing and messaging a lot. Yeah, for sure. That's the way to do it, Anthony, is really to like look at as many of them as you can. Because it really is about whichever one works best for you and resonates most with you. It's not about me, it's not about anybody else in the chat. It's about which one fits you, fits your needs. You know what I mean? Um, it's kind of like best cell phone carrier or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's like what works for one person may not work for another person, and vice versa. So, so just go with the thing that fits you best. So this is pulling back some, and we're still in this trade that we entered in at 55, pulled down to like 50 area here. Probably go ahead and cut this. Yeah, cut that. red $1,000 on the day, no big deal. We've come back from that like a million times, so I'm not really worried about that. But there is a lot of choppiness now. So this was kind of smooth through this area here, but once we got to about this zone, from about like 7:45 on till up into uh, to the top of the hour here, it really kind of started getting really choppy. Um, so now we're back below 50. I could see this potentially slamming down to about the VWAP, or possibly even below, like what happened here. So this one you saw that it was resistance at 50, then pulled back below VWAP before getting the opportunity to rip up to about 58. And now our pullback is down to about 48. So this one went from 50 down to 40. So maybe we go from 58 down to 48 and then bounce off there. Obviously, future performance is not, you shouldn't base it off of past performance very much, but sometimes it's useful, especially when there's like choppiness like this. We're on a 3-minute chart right now, and we can see cooling on the TTM side of things, from 6.4 to 5.1 with a red dot. So I think this is more likely to be a short right now. And potentially move down to like the EMA 35 at 40.45 than it is to be a long. But I do think that we're gonna go long soon. We could be forming a little like U shape here. We'll have to wait a couple minutes to really know. TTM on 5-minute went from 7 to 7 to 5.6. Or sorry, 17 to 17 to 15.6. That's that visual impairment hitting you. Yeah, well, hitting me. Occasionally you get that. I get that like brain injury thing. It just like, decides there's something. Bow, 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 bow. 9's below 12. This is definitely looking like a short. Short there. Meant to get it a little bit higher, just because it was kind of chopping out midway through that candle. It's actually bouncing up the 50 EMA, but I do think this will potentially fall down. The 50 actually just crossed about the 200 on the 1-minute chart. I think this will potentially fall down to about 45, or maybe off this 200 moving average here. So I am holding this trade at the moment. Okay, we got that trade that was like 312.50 back, and now we're popping back up off that. Down, 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 down. Mow, mow. Wow, wow. So we only need about $330 in order to earn funding. We're really close to it. They advise that once you earn funding to stop trading with your evaluation. And at that point, then you submit it. Takes 72 hours, or just, it really says up to 3 business days, to actually get a funded account. And then from there, I guess I'm trading live. So. Whoa, big drop. So that's that slam down to VWAP that I was talking about. I was talking about that right around here. We slammed all the way down to VWAP. So rejected that 50, which was right at 40.47. We slammed all the way down to 40.43. Big drop on that. Got this 12.26 crossover to the downside, and 9's below 12. Everything's looking like downward move. All the moving averages are set up in a downward direction, with the exception of the 50 and the 200. And then we've got the TTM on all reds, which is also for more downward momentum. The two bullish indicators that we have is the 50s above 200, and we're above volume weighted average price. So that's kind of it as far as the bullish indicators go. Now we're going to be waiting for a yellow candle on the TTM. So once we find the yellow candle, then we'll look at going long. And it looks like, honestly, I could just go long right here. Like, there you go, would have worked. But I'm really looking for it to actually set up with that strategy, so that we can be a little bit more predictable with the movement, even if it means that we have to miss a little moves here and there. I don't need to take every trade that positions itself. We just want to be able to take a few good trades. 3.5 to 4.1. Our next candle's at 8:03, which is just in about 5 seconds. Surprised that opened red, honestly. 4.1 to 4.4. So because that opened red, this might actually end up being a red candle potentially. But I'm actually really surprised that opened red, considering the size of this move here. There's like actually pretty good volume today though. All like the last like 2-3 weeks we've been dealing with like 2,000 contracts traded per minute, and so it's the first day really that we're just at a consistent like 4,000 contracts per minute. It's really like a lot easier, and it almost seems volatile to me, just something like we've been trading these like micro moves like for the last like 2-3 weeks. But here's that pullback I discussed. Let's see if we get a bounce off the 200 moving average, which is right up around, where's that, 45-ish. So 4.7 to 5.3. It's moving at about a half a point down on the TTM side of things. Like I said, I'm waiting for a yellow candle to form on the 1 minute TTM. I don't think that we're going to need that formation after consolidation on the 3. 5 minute. 5 minutes not even needed either. So really it's that 1 minute chart that we're watching right now. And we're looking for, this looks to be like it's forming an ABCD pattern to me. So it would be like A, B, potentially C and the D, but this could also just be too tight for that, so it could be, it could continue being in the A portion right now. But really all we're doing is we're waiting for a yellow candle on the 2TM. When we see that, then we can look at going long. It's this kind of situation right here where it's like you get this big drawdown, and you get these red candles formed, then you get this one yellow candle that went up to here, and then the next yellow candle just ripped up. So that's why we're looking for that. It's one of my favorite moves. I call it the dip, rip, cyan switch. The dip, rip part is the red, yellow, and then the cyan switch part is here. So we got the dip, we got the rip, and then we've got the cyan switch, which is this move from here on. So I'm just waiting for that. And we're at 5.2 to 5.6. So it does look like it's starting to level off to 5.6. Okay, so big probability of getting yellow candle here. We just got one just now. It's starting to form. It's a little early on in it, so you can see it's still red there. Let's see, an entry off of 46. Got the entry at 46, and I'm looking for a move up to 48.75. Where's this 50 or 26 at? It's at 49.5. So I'm actually gonna put a move up to 49. Nah, just keep it at 48.75. That'll work. Jumping over to the evaluation side of things and looking for an entry point potentially. Okay, so we got that trade on the sim side. Got back into green. So, like I said, that $1,000 down didn't really matter. Kind of sucks to have to work your way out of red, but you know it is what it is. 5.3, negative 5.3 to negative 5.0 on this little pullback here. We have a possible crossover. That's a 1226. So the 12 EMA crossing above the 26 simple moving average. That's another strategy in and of itself. So as you can see, we keep a lot of moving indicators, moving average indicators on our chart, as well as the TTM and the volume, in order to be able to look at the several different strategies that we have available to us. Because I personally believe, I'm a firm believer in having the ability to trade more than one strategy. And a lot of my strategies have kind of combined themselves to be coupled together, but I like the concept of being able to be like, okay, what's the market doing? Is it extra choppy today? Is it not? Is it low price action, high price action, etc.? And then being able to look at my moving average indicators as well as my TTM and being able to be like, okay, what's the strategy today? How hard should I push? All those different types of things. And so in doing that, this allows me to be able to be like, okay, I should be going for a bigger swing, or I should be going for a base hit, or I should be going for a short or a long, or any of those situations. And that's what these different moving average indicators are able to describe to me. So it's really, they're telling their own little story that is helping me to understand where the market is going to move and what the next moves might look like. Getting pullback along this 200 moving average. One of the things to note is that the 200 moving average is actually pointed downward, and so as the 200 moving average continues to point downward, that means that we're getting some decent diversion to the long side over time. If the 50 EMA, that's the green exponential moving average, continues to diverge from this 200 moving average, that looks even better. So right now I know we're in this little pullback, but I don't think this pullback is going to last. I do think that we're going to eventually pop up and get back up over 50, just based off the chart movement, based off the support that's been happening at VWAP, based off the trades that have been bouncing off the 200 moving average, and based off the 50 EMA, 200 SMA divergence that's going on there. Now all we really need is the 9 above the 12, and we'll be rocking. Be ready to do another run up. Got a fresh yellow on that, but I'm not taking that basically because we went from red to yellow, had these two yellows, and then pulled back to a red. So when that happens, I'm not typically going to take that next yellow. I'm going to look for more of like a solid type of move up at that point. So it works really well for the first one, but when you have it like where it kind of chops like that, that's usually where I'd want to wait for something that ends up being a little bit more like this one's really smooth. I don't have an example to show, but essentially I would expect a few more slam downs and VWAPs before this bounces again. Like I said, we could be forming an ABCD pattern, which right now it looks like one. Here's the A, the B, and the C. Excuse me. So really, it's just now about like it kind of pulling back even more and bouncing right here. You can see that double bottom, and then kind of consolidating a little bit more, and then ripping up from there. So we'll be looking for the next yellow on this chart here. Also, I'll be really looking for the 9 to cross above the 12. That's this 9 is this yellow moving average, and the 12 is this cyan moving average. That 9 above the 12 in and of itself is not its own move, but it does show us direction of the momentum, and it's a really strong indicator of showing us that direction of the momentum when that 9 gets above the 12. It's not its own strategy, although it could be, depending on what you want to call a strategy, but it is really helpful in determining the momentum of something. So we did get a yellow candle on that VWAP bounce right there. Now we're pulling back some. This went from 6.0 to 5.9, basically the exact same, to 5.3, 5.4. So this one actually has a little more potential for like a dip entry, and then a bounce off the ABCD pattern. The ABCD pattern would really begin to form right here around 45, which is right what it's doing right now. Bid there. Could have got that entry earlier, but whatever. Just checking in with y'all on the chart. Say, what's up, Hefe? Will I have a 1099 through Elite or capital gains taxes? Okay, this is fascinating. I would have a 1099, yes. So that would be counted as it's counted as ordinary income. So it would be based off of however ordinary income is taxed. I don't know all the tax specifics, and I'm not a CPA. What I do know is that the tax rate of futures is significantly less than the tax rate of stocks. And there's futures as a tax advantaged way of trading. So that is one thing I did learn about this. I know that I would be getting a 1099 as well through Elite Trader funding. So I would imagine that I would just have to claim it as ordinary income. I will say that once you get to a certain threshold, though, I know that you could become recognized as a trader by the IRS. And that allows you a few more tax breaks as well. Typically, I operate everything through an S corporation. So by operating through an S corporation, that allows me to write off my expenses pretty significantly, and usually would take that income into an S corporation and then from there disseminate those funds instead of paying myself directly. And that saves an insane amount of money on taxes. So take with that what you will. But that's how I'd operate an entity. So I have a lot of experience in entrepreneurship and like entrepreneurship type taxes and whatnot. So if you guys have questions in that regard, by all means, I could answer those all day. In regards to it with futures, it's still a little new to me. So I'm kind of waiting to see how that ends up playing out. Because I'm not operating my futures through my entity yet, although I will be in the future. Essentially, I'm just like trying to get it to a point to where it's actually sustainable, and then at that point, then I'll likely write off some of the stuff as startup funds, and then go from there. Big pullback on that from 3.7 to 2.7 on the TTM to 2.3 on the TTM to 1.9. So we're actually stacking in the upward direction while pulling back at the same time on the charts. We do have red dots on these though. funny. I said the word experience, but my brain said XP. I have a lot of XP as being an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur. Gratefully, my cough is starting to go away. I had the worst like flu last week. It was awful, and then it left me with this like terrible cough for a couple of days, and it's still there, but it's like pretty minimal now. Okay, now we're getting that possible crossover. Did get a nice pop up. Still looking for that breakout to happen, and jumping to the eval side. Um, we had pulled all the way back to 44.50. Now we're looking at 48. Looking for a breakthrough 50 now. Pulling back to 47. 18 seconds left in this. I can see this pop in. It's quite a lot of selling pressure on that though. A little too much selling pressure for me to want to take that. Also, too, if I really think about it, I probably just want to wait on the eval side in order for the 9 to get above the 12. We're really close to a cyan switch, but I think I want to wait for that 9 to get above the 12. Like, now that I like rethink my trading strategy, I think I want to wait for this 9 EMA to get above that 12, so that I have more confirmation of upward momentum and upward move, just because of the consolidation chop around the VWAP. We're really close to a cyan switch. Went from 1.6 to 1.0 to 0.5, so really close to that cyan switch, but not happening yet. And the 35 is below the 26. Currently, all the moving averages are still in arranged in the order of downward pressure. So even though we're in this long, we're long at 47 and a quarter, and we're looking for a move up to 50, 49 and a quarter rather. Why is my nose so itchy? It's not dusty in my office. So how's everyone else doing out there? Are you red and green? The music hasn't stopped today, by the way, which is great. It hasn't had like cut out. At least not on my side. And it hasn't had any issues like going from track to track. It's great. 0.7 to 0.3 on the TTM. We may get cyan switch, but there doesn't seem to be much momentum behind that. Okay, so we got our first bullish indicator. The 35 crossed above the 26. That's useful for longer term bullish indication. The 26 is getting really close to the 12, which is also a bullish move. But again, I'm waiting for that 9 to get above that 12 in order to take that trade on the evaluation side. It does look kind of nice though. I just noticed that the volume kind of dropped a little bit. Not terrible though, not by much, but it has dropped slightly through this chop, through this consolidation zone. 0.3 to 0.2. Basically break even on the momentum on the TTM side. Now we're finally pushing up a little bit from 45 up to 47. Running into resistance to that EMA 35. We've been battling between red and greens today. Really close to a 1226 crossover. You can see the 26 and the 12 are kind of like touching. The 9 is just below the 12, just barely. So, and we did just get a fresh cyan. So we want to see this one either push up or just even stay where it's at, but not push down. If it closes red, that's fine, but I want to see it close above 46. maybe even close like at that 50 EMA right there. We have 20 seconds left in this candle. I'm just gonna check the 3-minute chart and see what that's doing. 3-minute has been slowly going downward. So 3-minute actually has a 26 crossover to the downside, and we've been slowly stacking red on the TTM on the 3-minute side. And just gonna check the 5-minute. The yellow TTM on the 3-minute chart would look really nice. Okay, so we did pop up. Jumping over to the eval now. So there was definitely an opportunity there that we missed. It's battling 50. 48.5. I think people expect it to break out above 50 here, so that may honestly make it more challenging to a degree. I think 50 is going to act as pretty tough resistance on this. Gonna take that off right there. Made like 500 on that one. And just gonna check this 3-minute chart. Looks like we're in between red and yellow on the 3. Our next 3-minute candle is gonna be in about 40 seconds. So that next 3-minute candle may give us a nice rip up through 50. Currently at 40.49, 40.48 area. Right around 1.1, 1.2 on the TTM on the 3-minute side. I'm gonna join the bid here. Got an entry at 49. Thought I was entering a little lower, but we're looking to get out at 52. We have a possible crossover showing up on the 3-minute side. Did just get a yellow candle from 1.1 to 1.0. Not big, but it's there. Looking like 1.6 to 2.2. I'm gonna call it 1.7 because it's 1.69. So it's a 2.2-ish. New candle now. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. It really does help this channel grow more than you guys know. It helps the whole community. The whole Optimistic Futures community really gets a lot of value and benefit from you guys liking and subscribing, because it does actually end up showing this to more people, and helping those people find easier and better ways to trade, as well as a community that they can trade in. I'm lowering my seller on this to try and take 2 ticks, which we just got. I do think that this is gonna pop, but it just didn't seem ready, and I just wanted to take the profit off. Some hesitancy there at 50. 2 seconds left in this candle. It did pop up to 52, so I didn't even need to take that off. It just ended up doing that whole move from, okay, so still popping. I definitely had a lot of opportunity in here. Oh, damn, come on. I knew I should take it off 52. Uh, so if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out. What's up, Adam, man? It's good to see you. Y'all chilling, y'all hanging out. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. And also, guys, if you want to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. You can earn funding as low as 10K, as high as $300,000. You can literally trade with the whole house. If you use the link in the description and the promo code JSBEST, it'll actually lock in a lifetime discount. Just make sure you click see more details so that you know exactly what is the rules and all that type of stuff in order to earn that funding. So this did push up to almost 55. There was definitely opportunity off that 52. That would have been our funding right there. Didn't take it, unfortunately, just because it stalled out there at 52.50 for quite a while. So I was just a little hesitant on it. Now we're pulling back to about 53 and a half. It's meant to go here. An entry off of 53 seems pretty reasonable. And I don't know about a move up to 56, but maybe a move up to 55 seems right. And I'm just going to check this against the 3-minute chart. So 3-minute chart basically went yellow, and now it's going red again on the TTM side. Checking this against the 5-minute chart. Very sideways here. You can see this sort of U-shaped pattern forming, or that did form on the 5. So pulling all the way back down to 50. Our entry is at 53. So we pull back down to 51. So we may get some consolidation in here before we potentially get another move up. So move off 51 would have been a nice move. Wow. Ripped up, hit that top there. Got a little like flag forming here almost. It's what, 8:30. So we did just get a fresh 5-minute candle now, which is starting with a little pullback. And 1 minute has this little box shape forming here. So essentially I'm looking for pullbacks down to like 53 or so, and then looking for this to kind of like chop a little bit and then rip up from there. How you guys doing? You guys red, you green? What's going on? This is not stock though. No, Hefe, this is futures. So if y'all chilling though, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. This really does make a major difference, more than you guys know. It really helps the community grow a lot. And if you guys are interested in joining our community, we have an awesome Discord community that has been growing slowly but surely, and the people are really great. They're really helpful, and talk about everything from entrepreneurship to futures trading to investing to just all kinds of stuff. Looks like we got to rip up to 55. Pulling back to new candle forming now. We've had several ops here in order to earn this funding, and just haven't taken the trades yet. But now I have FOMO, and so I'm gonna try and like avoid the feelings that can come with FOMO. So I think that this is actually going to rip above this, but I think it'll pull back to like 54. Try and get an entry off 54. Alright, entered at 54, looking to get out of 57, which was the high of this area here. But now that I'm looking at this, I don't know that that's going to be the situation, because we may actually pull back some to like here and then have this sort of like an extended thing. So I entered at 54, so I'm gonna maybe look to get out at 55. Just given the circumstance. What's the volume doing? It's not bad. We're up 1,000 in the sim today. It looks like this one's pulling back on us. Still holding it right now, but I don't know how long I'm going to continue to hold this. Jumping back to the eval side. I felt like I should have taken that move off 53. Did just get a trade here on this side, up 1375 on the day. We did pop up to 55 from 52. Shot for rejections off 57. Entered here at 55 and a quarter, and got out really fast on that one. Bid here again off 55, looking to get out of 56 on the sim side. Pulling back to 54. So choppy right here. We just need to get that one solid trade. We did just get that trade off 55 up to 56 in the sim side, up 1875 in the sim side. Um, entered at 56 and a quarter on the sim. Try for resistance at 57, so definitely missed this whole move, this whole move, this whole move, and the moves through this area, which I think was more obvious. How's everyone doing today? You red, you green? What's the story? Getting a pullback now to about 55, 56 area, which has been showing pretty strong support. Damn, try to get that entry. Son of a... Ah, that was so fast. Well, we did get the trade here on the sim side. Just because we were already in at 55, we got to rip up to 60. Tapped it. Just gonna put in a little bit stronger move now, more of a swing. Gonna entry off of 58. I'm looking for a move back up to tap that 60. I tried to grab that on the eval side, and it just moved too fast. That didn't fill me. It just ripped on past. New candle forming now. Hopefully it doesn't just crash down. Got another trade here in the sim side, up 26.8750 in the sim. We just need to get that one singular 6-tick trade in order to earn funding, but I'm not going to push it. I already screwed myself over before in the past doing that, where I was like just one trade away and screwed myself out of funding. So gonna make sure that whatever I trade, I'm fully committed to it. Although that would have been a really nice one that I tried to grab and was just late. Should have just hit buy market, I guess, but hindsight, you know. Joined the bid
Order
here
filled.
in at 59 and a quarter. It immediately pulled back on us, looking for a move. It was 60.75. 60 was the top of this candle, and 61.50 was the top of that one. Let's have this pull up. Go, 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 buyers. Cutting that trade.
Order filled.
Ah, that would have been the whole thing. Took 2 ticks on that. That would have been our funding right there. We're super close. What do we need now? So let's see. We've got 3,000 minus 2766.1. We need 233.90. So we need like 4 ticks. But I'm just gonna go for 5, just to be sure. That would have been it. I just took it off a little too early, and that's very frustrating. I took it off slightly early just because it pulled back I it already pulled back on me. Didn't want to lose out, so joining the bid here towards this resistance zone. Come on, in at 63 and a quarter on the sim side, and looking for another move up towards 65. Getting some strong momentum now. Joining the bid
Order
here
filled.
at 60. Ooh, no, that's pull back up. Cutting that.
Order
Yikes.
filled.
So we were super close to funding, and now we just went red on the day. We were up 465. Now we're down 315. Our trailing max drawdown is at 1,092 now. So now we need to be extra cautious, extra careful. This was a massive pullback, and unfortunately, we just got caught by the euphoria of these rips. Um, and that hurts. It really does, because it was very, very close. So now we have to work our way back and take our time. That's too bad too that I cut it like 4 ticks too early on that other trade, because had I just left it alone and followed the trade plan, it literally would have been done and we would have been funded right then and there. So now after that, this last loss just now we need to take it super super slow, because our trailing max drawdown is now at $1,092. So that means that and on top of that, we need to make up basically a grand, where we only needed 200 something bucks. So I think we lost 750 on that last trade. So now 3,000 minus 1994.30. Yeah, so now we need to make $1,005.70. So this entry here was at 65.75, and we exited. Yeah, so that was $750 loss plus fees. It's okay, we'll make it back, but still very frustrating. I'm gonna switch back over to 6 ticks. It's really hard when it just kind of like just stops at just like one dollar amount and just stays there for like moments. Looks like we got some spam going on here. So give me a second while I report this bot. I wish that like spam, just because, I mean, honestly, like, does it even work? I mean, who clicks this crap? That was a big rip there. I'm trying to like have this load, but it takes like forever to load this stuff. Let me just report these nasty things and remove them. All right. Switching back over. Man. We try to get filled on this one too, but didn't work. And we're up at 67. Like I said, this thing doesn't really have a high. There's no resistance up here, so gotta watch for slam downs. I'm just gonna check the market news and see. So there was something at 10:15. So that's already over. All the stuff is already dropped. So bum, bum. I can't believe that. And then to have it just come right back up too was really frustrating on the next candle. But it's a pretty heavy slam down, so we're gonna take a few scalps to try and rebuild this up a little bit. Whoa, that was a big drop. Y'all see that? Ooh, we're still in this trade on the sim side. Cut that trade. Okay, now we got drops coming in. See if I can go short off 65. If it'll come back. Came back to 64.75, but never hit 65. That was a lot of contracts all traded at once, and it had that like spike, and then just dumped right after, like immediately upon that spike. So I was about to hit the entry too, and I'm glad I didn't because that would have been really awful. The fact that we got to make a grand up, that's very frustrating, because that essentially cancels out our yesterday's trading almost. So we were at 2300, like 2309 or something when we started the day, and we're at 1994. Wonder what the effect of that 10,000 contract minute there is going to be on the overall move here. We did end up having that U-shaped pattern and then just ripping past this. I really wish I would have gotten some opportunities to take some trades. Had a lot of opportunities and was very hesitant, and through my hesitancy, really, in my own personal opinion, costed my own self the evaluation right then and there. I didn't lose it. We're still in the fight, and it's not over until it's over. But it's very frustrating to see that sort of slip through my grasp, and I'm just wondering. I'm like, man, like, you know, why would that? Why would I do that? What's going on in my psychology that would allow me to do that and to not take some of these rips? But a lot of these, like I tried to get in here and I tried to get in here, and both of them just moved well past me super fast. So I just couldn't even keep up with it, how fast it was going. Entered into a short off 62 and a quarter, and I'm looking for a move down to 61. How do we do, Tiny? I unfortunately took a bad trade, lost the 750 plus fees. So we were about 4 ticks away from earning funding, and messed it up a little bit. Now we need to make a G in order to come back. Um, oh, I didn't realize this scrolled. No sleep last night. I'm sorry, man. I also didn't sleep last night, Adam. Uh, it wasn't my daughter, just for no other, because I don't have a daughter, but just for no other reason other than that I just woke up in the middle of the night and couldn't sleep, and it was just kind of like stuck there, like I'm awake. Took a micro profit on that one on the sim side, up 31.25 on the day on the sim. It's currently 8:52, nearing the top of the hour. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We do have a reasonable amount of viewers today, and I want to thank you guys for being here. Um, Also, guys, if you would like to earn funding in the futures market, sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are great. They have amazing customer service. You can earn funding as low as 10K and as high as $300,000. I'm currently trading in the 50K valuation right now, this guy here. And if you use the link in my description and the promo code JSBEST, you can lock in a lifetime discount off any of the evaluations that you see here, with the exception of the fast track evaluations. These are kind of their own thing. Make sure you click the see more details link in next to each evaluation type if you want to truly understand how these work. There's also the static evaluations, which are also very popular. A lot of the people pick these up because they don't need to worry about a trailing max drawdown. It's just a solid, flat out drawdown. Yeah, I totally understand, Tiny, about like chronic pain and anxiety and all that type of stuff. Chronic pain, especially anxiety, in my own personal opinion, is to quote the song from Mad Season. Pain is self chosen, and anxiety is one of those things that not to discount anything at all. But I think that anxiety is something that is manageable through um, through meditation, and it's manageable through stoicism, and it's manageable through uh, minimization of whatever it is that's got you anxious. So that is my own personal opinion. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to pretend to be, but that's been my experience with handling anxiety. Stoicism, especially, and I don't mean stoic by like not showing emotion. I mean stoicism in the more classical sense, uh, something that you may see from like Marcus Aurelius or something like that, where the concept of stoicism really is that our emotions are not creating our life. Instead, we're actively creating our life, and we're acknowledging the emotions that we see and that we feel, but we're not a slave to them, if that makes sense. Taking a move off of 62 and 3/4, looking to go long here for a move up to 64, so about 5 ticks, and so let's do it on the 1 minute side. So we did that move on the sim side, up 34, 37, 50 in the sim. A lot of momentum today, a lot of volume, a lot more than I was expecting for a Friday. 2.3 to 1.8 down on the TTM, so a little bit of cooling going on the TTM side. I'm gonna check the 3 minute chart here. I have some work to do in order to get myself out of the red inside of the eval. I've got to pay very close attention to my trailing max drawdown as well. 9.8 to 10.6 on the 3 minute side, running into resistance at the 200 simple moving average, which is right at 40.65. And frankly, had I checked that 3 minute chart, I likely wouldn't have taken that trade. So, interesting note there. And you can see it here on the 5 minute chart right there at 67. And this is the one that got us, was on this zone here. So, um, it honestly, if I would have checked the 3 and the 5 minute chart, I wouldn't have actually taken those trades. And that's very frustrating to me, to know that I could have prevented that by simply looking at this. Although I will say that I was incredibly frustrated and had a ton of FOMO throughout this entire run where we didn't take any trades in the evaluation. And it was just simply because it was just so choppy on that run up. Um, and so I was honestly pretty scared of a slam down, to be completely truthful with you. Pulling back now to about 64 and a half, on this little micro U-shaped pattern here. Let's see, maybe move off 64. Entered at 64, look for a move up to 65.50 on the sim side. 1.6 to 1.0 on the TTM, on 1 minute side. May have to cut this trade, down 562.50 in this particular trade. So just about $2 off of that one there. Although it is kind of getting a little bounce, but I'm just gonna cut it. Loss of 500 on that, up 27.50 in the sim. Pulling back now to 61, 61.50 area. 1 minute chart switching to red on the TTM. We have massive divergence there on that. This is the power of that 5200 crossover, that I was talking about, that I sometimes use when trading crypto. This 50 EMA, or sorry, this 200 SMA is going to be a very strong line in the sand, for this. I feel so miffed, about losing on that trade, and I feel miffed because I felt like it was preventable. I also felt like there were so many opportunities prior to that, and so that just really, really frustrated me. And it's just kind of like I felt like I was going to be earning funding today, and then that happened, and now I'm like, okay, I got to make up a G, in order to earn that funding, and these things happen, I guess, but that's kind of the whole thing, right? See about going short off of like 61 for a move down to like 59 and a half. Maybe not. Whew. All right. Up 2750 in the sim. Pulling back to 4760 on the, or sorry, 4060 on the charts. Bouncing off the EMA 35, kind of riding it right now as support. I can see potentially pulling back to the 50 EMA, which would be about 57 and a quarter. Short here at 60 and a half. Might be a bad decision. Was really looking for it to kind of push back down towards the 50 EMA with that trade. But it doesn't look like it wants to, so it might bounce off the 35. Doji at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red candles before hitting that doji. And again, pulling to the EMA 35. Just going to cut that. Wish I would have cut a little earlier, just because it was up 3 ticks. Volume's kind of slowing down some. Now we're gonna consolidate through this area, and my guess is that we're probably going to be consolidating for a little while. Gonna wait for a yellow candle on the TTM. Bouncing up to 62. Get a brand new yellow candle beginning. Looking to go 8 ticks. Entered at 62 and a half in the sim. Looking for a move up to 64 and a half, and then jumping over to the eval side and looking for an entry maybe off 63.
Order filled.
Entered at 63, looking to get out at 63.75, which is just 3 ticks. Nope. Son of a bitch.
Order filled.
Excuse me. My apologies. So we may have to cut it there. We may have to stop trading now. So our trailing max drawdown is getting really low. Of course, it just comes right back. Like, it's very frustrating. That seemed like a really solid trade too. 2.8 to 2.7 on that TTM. I guess the volume just wasn't there for it. Just gonna check the momentum on this. 2.8 to 2.4, and we're currently at break even on the sim trade. Um, we got push up back to 64 and a quarter. Pretty heavy rejection there off that 64. Came up and tapped our sell order, but didn't actually sell. Putting in a sell at 64. Our entry is 62 and a half. Movement looking like 2.8 to 2.1 to 1.9 to 1.8. So not enough momentum. I want to see the 9 get above the 12 in order to really solidify some more bullish movement.
Order
Got an
filled.
entry at 63 and a half. Just looking for a move up to 64 and a quarter. Tried to get in while it had that little pop to it, but
Order filled.
alright. Got that at 64 and a quarter. So we finally did make something back. Moved our trailing max drawdown back up a little bit. We still have a long way to go to correct this mistake of the day. Putting at 6 ticks. Nice big move right there up towards 65. And you can see we had this ABCD pattern now. And I want to check this against the 3-minute chart because we have this resistance at this 200 simple moving average, which is working its way down, to 64 and a half. And TTM looking like 10.1 to 9.7 to 9.4 to 8.9 on the current candle. So decent likelihood that this may reject yet again on that 200 simple moving average. We've came up and we've battled it several times on the 3-minute chart, and it's been really struggling to get past it on that 3-minute chart. 5-minute chart is actually running into resistance right at 66, 66 and a half. We got fresh cyan candles showing up on the 5-minute chart though. I think that this is going to break over that 200 simple, and I think it's going to move past it for a move up to 40.70. So being as that's the case, I'm going to join the bid here. Got an entry at 66 and a quarter, and I'm looking for that move up to 68. We're up at 67 now. This is sketchy territory right here, because obviously right there was, where our account hit. This pulled up to 68.75. So 68.75 really is kind of the line in the sand. We have a fresh cyan candle on a fresh 9 above 12 and a 1226 crossover. It's a lot of information saying that we should be going long. We did just get a trade on this side up 36.8750 in the sim side. So that was 8 ticks off of like 65, I think, up to 67. Now pulling back to about 67. An entry off of 67 seems pretty okay. Maybe 66.75. We can get that. Alright, entered at 66.75 on this 3-minute chart that we're watching. We're looking for a move up to 68.75, which is the high. You can see the high there. And I want to see if we can view what our high was back here. It's actually 41.10. That's yesterday's high. And so we've got, really kind of looks like we got room up to like 40.80. So I'm just gonna check in with you guys and see how things are going. Yeah, we'll get it back. It just takes time and patience, and also the ability to not hesitate when things are ripping, like I did earlier. And I didn't hesitate on the sim side, and on the sim side we're up $3,600. So you know, it's just a matter of getting those right trades. I'm gonna focus on scalping in order to work our way back into green and work our trailing drawdown back up too. Unfortunately, we took 2 losses, I want to say. Yeah. Well, we took that 1 loss. Yeah, and then here was the second loss that we took here, which was right before this rip. We were able to capitalize a little bit on it, but not before taking that loss, which honestly I could have just literally held it and it would have worked out just fine. We're currently down $609 even on the evaluation side. Trailing drawdown looking at $799 right now. So we have some ways to build that back up. Luckily, it can move throughout the day as we take more trades and take profit along the way. It'll continue to move back up towards 2,000. We're in at 66.75, and we're looking for that move. 68.75. We've popped up a little bit. 0.6 to 1.1 to 1.7 to 2.2. So we are getting some momentum in the TTM side of things. Knew I should have taken that. Intuition said to take it. It popped up to 69. We're up 4,187.50 in the, and this is new breakout territory. 40.69 is the high that look for resistance at 40.70. From 1.7 to 2.5 on the TTM on the 1-minute chart. An entry off of 68. We prefer, I don't know if I can get that low. Well, we just did. Entry off of 68 on that pullback right there. Hopefully I don't end up regretting it, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad of an entry. Pulling back now to 67, 66 and a half. Yeah, no worries, Tiny. Hope you have an awesome day. And by the way, guys, if you guys are still hanging out, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. All that stuff helps the channel more than you guys know. We've been streaming now for about an hour and 15 minutes or so. And besides, guys, if you would like to earn funding in the futures market, I don't know why I said besides, but it's fun. If you guys want to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys have some of the best customer service in the industry. You can get funded as low as $10K and as high as $300,000, so you can actually trade with the whole house if you want to. Yeah, you guys can earn funding in the futures market. Use the link in the description and promo code JSBEST, which is also in the description as well, in order to lock in a lifetime discount. Additionally, guys, we do have an awesome Discord community that you guys are welcome to join, and we would love to have you there. Love to have the conversation there. Go ahead and join up, guys. It's just soulstraight.com/Discord. There's also a link in the description as well, so you guys can join that Discord group. Currently in the eval, we are down 609 on the day. I'm looking for another trade op to put us back into green, but I'm taking my time with it. There was a nice little op there off 67. And this pullback here to 65. Pushing off of 68 up to 69, 69 and a quarter. That was definitely a very nice move. Switch out to a 3-minute chart real fast. I want to see what this is looking like, how this is forming. 3-minute side of things, we have 2 cooling candles on the TTM, but not very significant. We actually have a little flag forming right there that you guys can see. Switching out to the 5-minute, take a look at this, and 5-minute chart is also above the 200 simple moving average, so everything's above the 200 simple. So we really do have a lot of room to run because there's nothing standing in this way now. 4085, 4080, 4090, all that stuff is possible. We did just get a nice trade here, up almost $5,000 on the day in the sim side of things. 4687.50. Did get a nice little pop there, and I'm gonna put this down at 4 ticks and see if I can just get a scalp here off 68.50 for a move back up to 69.50. New candle forming now. Pulling back to like 67. Tempted to take it off of 67 just because it's bounced so many times, but there is a cooling candle forming right there. .3 to 4.2 on the TTM. This entry was off 68.5. I don't love it. I'm just gonna put it like 68 and 3/4. See if I can just get out with a micro profit. If it doesn't work out that way, it doesn't work out that way. But this one went from 2.5 to 2.7 on that red. Gonna cut this one. Alright guys, probably gonna go ahead and shut it down there. I want to thank you guys for showing up today. Unfortunately, we did not hit that funding goal today, but we got really close. We are still in the game, and we've not overtraded, so we're still okay there. I want to thank you guys for showing up today. Please remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. It does help this channel and this whole community grow far more than you might think. I know it seems kind of small and insignificant, but it actually does genuinely help us grow. It helps YouTube show other people our content who have maybe not seen us before. But yeah, guys, having said all that, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Ending this sim $3,812.50. Ending the eval down 609. Unfortunately, puts us closer to. Now we need about 1,300 in order to earn funding in the futures market. So we're right back to about half when we were only about $270 away. But these things happen. At least we're still in the eval. And didn't fail it. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. Love and appreciate you, and peace. We'll see you guys Monday, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time, and I would love to see you guys there. We do this every day, Monday through Friday at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. So, all right, guys, we will see you in the Discord group where I'm about to post my results. And much love and appreciation, guys. Peace.